All right, welcome in, Lemurs fans, for this fourth and final game in Joplin between the Lemurs and the Joplin Blasters. They just had the host families throwing out the first pitch for the Joplin Blasters. Each host family throwing out first pitches to the player who they hosted this season. So the Joplin Blasters won last night. They took down your Laredo Lemurs by a score of 3-1. The Lemurs falling. So tonight the Lemurs playing for a series split as they continue to battle for their playoff lives here. The hopes are still alive for the Lemurs. They're not done yet, but with the last two ball games that they've lost to Joplin, they are in a bit of a bind here, as we only have, including today's game against Joplin, just 9 games left. And the Lemurs enter the day 2.5 games out of first place in the wild card. So the Lemurs behind the 8 ball a bit as they trail the the Winnipeg Gold Eyes by 2.5 games coming into today. So we'll keep track. Winnipeg and Sioux City are playing already today, and I'll give you their score in a little bit once we get a final there. I don't want to speak too soon as to the results going on right now in Winnipeg. But so those first pitches look like they're in the books. As mentioned, Lemurs lost 3-1 last night. All 3 runs for the Blasters. Well, they were solo home runs. 2 by Geraldo Valentin, 1 by Casey Huth. In fact, it was Huth and Valentin who led off the bottom of the first, each with solo home runs to get things underway. So big bottom of the first inning for the Blasters, and it carried them on to victory as they took the ball game by a score of 3-1. Take a look at the standings right now. Overall in the league, you have in the South Division, the Lemurs trailing the Wichita Wingnuts. Lemurs 51-40, the Wingnuts 55-36. Each team with 91 games played. Wingnuts already have won today, so they are now 56-36. But entering the day, the Lemurs are 4 games behind the Wingnuts. Wichita did lose yesterday. Joplin 34-37 on the year, 21 games out of first, and Texas 33-58 in last place, 22 games out of first in the South. The North, well, you have the St. Paul Saints. They are 57-35 coming into the day, 3 games ahead of Winnipeg. St. Paul is 3-7 in their last 10. They've really been struggling here lately, but Winnipeg is catching up to St. Paul. So there's a bit of a race there too in the North. The Fargo-Moorhead Redhawks, they're well out of the North, 9.5 games out coming into today with a 47-44 record, and Sioux Falls 23 games out. First place in the North with a 34-58 record. The Central, well, it's a bit of a mess right now. You've got 3 teams competing for the Central. Gary leading it as they've played 92 games, more games than everyone else in the Central. They're 49-53. They are a half game ahead of the Lincoln Salt Dogs. Salt Dogs 48-43. Gary has won 9 of their last 10, and they've won 4 in a row. Sioux City right now 47-44. They're a game and a half out of the of the Railcats. And just a game behind the Salt Dogs. There's Sioux City in third place, still in contention for that Central Division. Kansas City, they're 39-52, 9.5 games out. They've lost 6 straight and are 1-9 in their last 10. As Kansas City did have a glimmer of hope this time last week, but this past week, well, they've lost 6 in a row, and they have really ruined their playoff chances here this season. So Kansas City out of it, but everyone else in the Central, all 3 teams, Gary, Lincoln, and Sioux City, still in the running there for the Central Division. Umpires and managers have exchanged lineups, so let's take a look at those lineups here really quickly as we get set for first pitch here at the ballpark. First for the visiting team, your Laredo Lemurs. Well, the Lemurs will be led off by Abel Nieves playing third base. They'll be followed by Dennis Phipps in right field. Ty Morrison's the DH batting third. Jesus Pozo's batting in the cleanup spot. He's at first base. Zane Chavez bats fifth at catcher. J.D. Pulfers playing second base, batting sixth. Batting seventh is Burt Reynolds. He's in left field. In center field is Brennan Metzger batting eighth. And batting ninth, shortstop Alvaro Rondon with Ryan Beckman on the mound for the Lemurs. Again, that's Nieves, Phipps, Morrison, Pozo, Chavez, Pulfer, Reynolds, Metzger, Rondon with Beckman pitching. For the Joplin Blasters, they'll be led off by Mitch Glasser. He's DHing today. Geraldo Valentin's at first base batting second. Edwin Gomez is at second base batting third. In the cleanup spot, it's right fielder Mark Kruger. Casey Huth is batting fifth in center field. At catcher and batting fifth, catcher batting sixth is Connor Sullivan. Alex Polston bats seventh. He's at shortstop. Axel Johnson's in left field, batting eighth, and batting ninth, Sergio Leone at third base. Wander Perez, the lefty on the mound for the Blasters, making the start. Again, that's Glasser, Valentin, Gomez, Kruger, Huth, Sullivan, Polston, Johnson, and Leone for the Joplin Blasters. We'll come back in a few moments, take a look at the pitching matchup. Either that or have the national anthem here, whichever comes first out of this break, as the Lemurs take on the Blasters here for this fourth and final game of the series here in Joplin.
Make core business solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo. Carne asada con ganas, solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering, L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light? Which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of
anthem. Please remove all hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hey, put your hands together for Pete. Golden Paws has been a sponsor of this baseball team for the past 2 seasons, y'all. Thank you very much, Pete.
All right, national anthem in the books. Let's take a look at that starting pitching matchup. Wander Perez on the mound for the Joplin Blasters. Perez is 2-4 with a 5.51 ERA this season. He has made 9 appearances, 8 of which have been starts for the Blasters. 49 innings pitched for Perez this season. He has 39 strikeouts to 13 walks on the year in a Blasters uniform. So Wander Perez on the mound for the Blasters. Behind the plate, well, it's Connor Sullivan. Sergio Leone's at third, Alex Polston at short, Edwin Gomez at second, Geraldo Valentin at first. And in the outfield, Axel Johnson in left, Casey Huth in center, and Mark Kruger in right. First 3 batters for the Lemurs, Abel Nieves, Dennis Phipps, and Ty Morrison. So Lemurs facing a lefty here as the Blasters have gone righty, lefty in these 4 games. 2 righties, 2 lefties as we get set for this fourth and final game. In fact, not only is it the fourth and final game of this series, but it's the final road game of the year for the Lemurs. As we close out this road trip, we end the season with 8 games at home against the Texas Air Hogs and the Wichita Wingnuts. So the Lemurs will not go back on the road unless they make the playoffs. And, well, that's the hope, that they do make the playoffs. So Wander Perez out there warming up. Perez, 6'3", 160 pounds, the lefty in his last start. As I pull up his numbers here, Perez's last start came against the Air Hogs August 23rd. He took a loss. In fact, he's lost his last 3 starts. He only went 3 1/3, gave up 5 runs on 8 hits, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Last time he faced the Lemurs, that was August 6th, the last time he won a start, as he threw 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, 2 earned on 7 hits in Laredo. He also struck out 3 and walked none in that game. Lemurs lost it 6-5 to the Blasters. Abel Nieves digging in. Nieves leading off for the Lemurs, batting .283 right now, third on the team in average, with 3 home runs and 18 runs batted in. Nieves, right-handed hitter against the lefty in Perez. First pitch of the game, here it comes. Taking high, ball 1. First pitch right at 5:05. So despite having the host families throw out the first pitches, pitch taken high, we still start the game on time. And the count 2-0 to Nieves as that second pitch missed high. Lemurs won the first game of this series. It was a doubleheader 2 days ago, but have lost the last 2 games, one by a run in walk-off fashion, and the last night by 2 runs. Pitch taken for a strike, and the count 2-1. Nieves looking back at the home plate umpire, asking where it was, getting confirmation as Perez found the zone. Perez from the stretch kicks and delivers, pitch fouled away to the screen. And the count now 2-2 to Abel Nieves. This game not only is the Lemurs' last road game, it's the Blasters' last home game of the season. As they go on the road, they go to Wichita and then on to Gary. Perez from the stretch sets, kicks and delivers. Swing and a pop-up right side into shallow right. Kruger's running in. Valentin and Gomez going out. And it'll be Kruger making the diving attempt, but he can't make the play. He stumbled and fell forward, diving for it, as Gomez and Valentin were hanging around in the area just waiting for Kruger to get there because he was calling for it. And it'll be a leadoff single for Abel Nieves. Tough play there in no man's land. Just barely in fair territory. Well, if this is how the game's going to go for the Lemurs, we could be in for an interesting game. Dennis Phipps to the plate. Second on the team, second in the league, in fact, in home runs. Phipps with 19, although he no longer has sole possession of second. He's tied with 2 other players. Reggie Abercrombie and Josh Mazzola have caught up to him and also have 19 on the year. Runner at first. Perez from the stretch. First pitch to Phipps. Takes outside, 1-0. Overall, Phipps this season batting .277 with those 19 homers and 53 runs batted in. Nieves getting a lead at first base. Perez looks over at first. And the pitch taken for a called strike. One ball, one strike to Phipps. He has struggled a bit this series. Yesterday, Phipps 0 for 4. After going 0 for 4 in Game 2 of the doubleheader, Phipps swings, grounds one towards short, charging in his post, and he'll underhand it to Gomez at second, who will relay a little bit high and pulling the first baseman, Valentin, off the bag. So Phipps will reach on a fielder's choice. As 6-4, the putout of Nieves won away. Still a runner at first base for the Lemurs, and Ty Morrison to the plate. Phipps went 1 for 4 in the first game of the doubleheader. So, in 12 at bats in the series coming into today, he was 1 for 12, now 1 for 13 in the series. Morrison at the dish, the lefty against the lefty pitcher. Overall this season, Morrison hitting .278, 5 homers, 38 runs batted in. First pitch from Perez taken for a called strike, 0-1. 0-0 ball game, Lemurs and Blasters. Top of the first. Phipps over at first base getting a lead. Hands on his hips. Perez, first base side of the rubber, looks over as he comes set at the belt, kicks. 0-1 pitch taken on the inside corner for another strike, and the count 0-2. To Ty Morrison, who is DHing today. Morrison in yesterday's ball game was 0 for 3 with a walk. He also scored the lone run of the game for the Lemurs. Morrison digging back in. Blasters going with their white uniforms today. Say Blasters across the chest. And Perez will step off the back of the rubber. Lemurs going with the black jerseys, gray pants, says Lemurs across the chest in gold. Numbers on the back in gold as well. A little bit of white on the side of the jerseys under the arm. And the count still 0-2 here to Morrison as he twirls the bat in the box. And the pitch from Perez, taken down and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Waiting on deck, Jesus Poso. See if that ball game is final yet over in Winnipeg. And it is. Sioux City taking down Winnipeg. So good news for the Lemurs, 3-2 final. As Sioux City comes up big, helping out the Lemurs. And also help out their own cause as they fight for the Central Crown. Pitch fouled off to the screen. In fact, looking at that Sioux City game, the Explorers were trailing 2-1 against former reliever and closer for the Joplin Blasters. Winston Abreu in the top of the 9th, down to their final outs, and Tommy Mendonça hit a home run to tie it up, which ended up forcing extra innings. In fact, Mendonça drove in the winning run as well in the 11th. They played 11 innings going extras today. So Mendonça coming up big for Sioux City in the ball game. Their third baseman. And the pitch, runner moving, it's outside. The throw down to second is not in time to get Phipps. He has his 21st steal of the season. Count 2-2 to Morrison. Runner now at second for the Lemurs. In fact, it was an error that helped bring in that winning run. An error by the shortstop for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. 2-2 the count to Morrison. Still a scoreless game here in the top of the first. Runner on second for the Lemurs. 1 out in the inning. Phipps getting a lead at second after a stolen bag, and Morrison a swing and a miss at the 2-2 pitch. There's strike 3, and there's now 2 outs in the inning with Jesus Poso at the plate. Poso in the cleanup spot. In fact, the Lemurs have gone with almost the exact same lineup this entire road trip. The only change in the lineup has been yesterday. They put Drew Martinez in the lineup instead of Brennan Metzger. But today with the lefty on the mound, and well, with Martinez being a left-handed hitter, they're starting Metzger in center instead of Martinez. So Martinez got 1 start this road trip, coming off the disabled list yesterday. And that's the only difference that the Lemurs have gone with their starting lineup. Still the same order. It was just a Martinez for Metzger swap yesterday. 1-0 the count as Poso takes inside. Poso this season, second on the team in batting average with a .286 average. 9 home runs, 46 runs batted in. The right-handed hitting first baseman and catcher for the Lemurs. And now Perez will step off the back of the rubber as he looks at Phipps over there, who was trying to mess around with the pitcher, going back and forth between second and third, dancing around. No one really holding him on. You have Polston and Gomez, the shortstop and second baseman, creeping in a little bit. Pitch taken for a strike, and the count 1-1. So we have an earlier game here on this Sunday, a 5:05 game, so maybe we can get out of Joplin a little bit earlier in the day, earlier in the night. Instead of those 7 o'clock games, as we go back to Laredo, take on the Texas Air Hogs tomorrow. 1-1, now a move towards second. Phipps walks back to the bag. Count still 1-1. Poso yesterday was the first batter to reach for the Lemurs. He drew a walk in the second. He also had a hit later on, ended up the day 1 for 3. Fouls one back to the screen. 1 for 2 actually. He was pinch ran for later on. Count 1-2 to Poso. One ball, 2 strikes. Poso playing first base today, as he has for the last now 13 games. It's been a while since he last caught, almost 2 weeks. Well, it has been 2 weeks. So we've had some off days in there. Pitch fouled away, which means Zane Chavez catching his 13th straight game. I would say Chavez, if he's not the best catcher in the league, is certainly, defensively at least, is certainly one of the best. Top 3, easily. Pitch swung on, hit off the handle, a little grounder to the right side. Poso's racing Perez to the bag at first, and Perez beats Poso there. 3-1 the put out of Poso, and that'll end the inning. Lemurs get a single, strand a runner at second, and we go to the bottom of the first. Laredo and Joplin tied at 0.
Spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Chavarria's Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarria's is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarria's is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeyes' new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
We'd like...
Bottom of the first, Blasters coming to the plate against Lemur starter Ryan Beckman. Beckman, the side-arming right-hander, one of the best pitchers in the league right now, 3rd in the league in ERA. With his 2.68 earned run average, 8-6 record this season, 19 appearances, 18 starts for the right-hander. He has 1 shutout this season. Pitch taken for a called strike, 0-1 the count. To go along with that 1 shutout, he's got also a few complete games in there, 3 of them. Mitch Glasser leading off the inning for the Blasters. He is the DH today. Back in the leadoff spot, out of the lineup yesterday. Pitch taken down and away. Still not playing the field. Count 1-1 after the last pitch was out of the strike zone, and the count 1-1. The pitch from Beckman swung on and lined hard to the left side through the infield. Glasser aboard with a hit. You'll see his 305 average move up a tad. He's also got 3 homers and 44 runs driven in on the year.
Next up, Mr. 1002, the first baseman, number 12, Geraldo Valentin.
Geraldo Valentin to the plate. Valentin, who hit his 1,000th career hit yesterday, also career hit 1,001 and 1,002. He was 4 for 4 in the ball game. He has 18 homers and 59 runs batted in. First pitch to Valentin, he takes inside for ball 1. Valentin up there as a candidate and player of the year. If he was playing for a contending team, he very well might have gotten or might get the player of the year, but he's not on a contending team. He still could be in the running. Pitch swung on and it's laced to left center. No one's going to get to it. Barehanding it on the hop is Reynolds. He fires it to second base. It'll be a double for Valentin as the throw isn't in time. And it's back-to-back base hits as Glasser goes from first to third on the double by Valentin, and the Blasters are in business.
Next for the Blasters,
Against starter Ryan Beckman.
Edwin Gomez.
Edwin Gomez to the plate. Gomez playing second base for Joplin today. Hitting .303. 4 homers, 20 runs batted in. Infield drawn in. Nothing ball game, but there's no outs and runners on second and third. Glasser at third. Valentin at second. First pitch on the outside corner to Gomez. A called strike 0-1. Defensively for the Lemurs, you have Chavez behind the plate catching Beckman today. Nieves at third. Rondon at short. Pulfer at second. Poso at first. Reynolds is in left. Metzger's in center. And in right is Phipps. So the usual grouping of defensive players. Pitched down low in the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Blasters scored 2 runs in the bottom of the first yesterday. They were home runs to start off the first. Home runs by Huth and Valentin. Huth today in the 6th spot in the order. Sorry, the 5 spot in the order. Pitch taken in the dirt, blocked by Chavez in the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. So the count 2-1. Field on the edge of the grass as they try to keep runs off the board. Swinging a ground ball down the third base line. It's through in the left. 1 run will score. Here comes Valentin from second. He will also score. Gomez with a stand-up double down the third base line. And it's 2-0 Blasters. So the Lemurs get good news with Winnipeg falling today. They give up 2 runs in the first. Mark Kruger to the plate. 3 hits to start off the ball game. A single by Glasser and then doubles by Valentin and that last one by Gomez, a double. 2-run double by Gomez, in fact. Mark Kruger to the plate, the right fielder for the Blasters. Kruger hitting .233. He has 2 homers and 19 runs batted in. Beckman from the stretch. Peers in, gets the sign from Chavez, and the pitch taken low. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count to Kruger, wearing a white sleeve on his left arm. Lefty hitter versus righty pitcher. Beckman. Another pitch taken a little low and outside, and the count 2-0. Beckman, his last start, that came against Kansas City. He threw 6 innings, gave up 5 runs on 9 hits. In one of his worst outings of the year. Pitch grounded down the third base line as it's spinning. It's grabbed by Chavez. He throws to first for 1. The snap throw to third is in time to get Gomez as he tried to advance from second to third. On the little squibber down the third base line. Great play by Chavez there to pick it up, realizing that spin on the baseball wasn't going to take it foul, and he could get the out, which the Lemurs didn't have any outs. And then a great play by Poso to hop up off the bag at first and fire it to third to get Gomez. So a nice little double play, unconventional. 2, 3, 5. First pitch low. It's to Casey Huth. Huth, a center fielder, batting .281 with 1 homer and 15 runs batted in. That home run came yesterday. It was the first home run of his pro career. The rookie from University of West Virginia. 1-0 pitch. Huth takes low. 2-0. Beckman's last time out against Joplin, he threw 6 innings, gave up just 1 run. It was unearned. 4 hits, 4 strikeouts, no walks. And he got the win as the Lemurs won by a score of 2-1. Pitch fouled away. Out of play, 2-1. That was back on August 7th. In fact, Beckman's start his last start against Kansas City, he did get the win, a 13-9 win, throwing 6 innings, giving up 5 runs. For those 5 runs, the most he's allowed in a game this season. Well, tied for the most. He threw 6 1/3 against St. Paul and gave up 5 in that game earlier this season. Beckman fields a ball that's grounded back to him, but it hit off the foot of Huth, and the count is 2-2. So Beckman just 2 starts this year in which he's allowed 5 runs. And all of those runs were earned. He did give up 6 runs. Actually, as I look at it, against Joplin back on June 14th, but only 5 were earned, and it was over 8 innings. In a 6-5 loss to the Blasters. That was one of his complete games. 2-2, the count to Huth, and the pitch from Beckman. Swung on, and it's lined down the left field line, but foul. And the count still 2-2. In fact, that line drive broke the bat. Handle coming off. Huth will replace his dark brown bat with a black one. He knocks on the barrel of the bat with his fist, checking it out before digging into the box. Count still 2-2 to him here. 2-0, Lemurs trailing the Blasters, bottom of the first. Beckman winds, and the break-even pitch taken just a little bit inside, and the count now full, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the count to Huth. And the payoff pitch taken for a called strike 3. And that'll end the inning. 2 runs do score for the Blasters, and it's 2-0 as we go to the top of the second. Lemurs trailing the Blasters.
To imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft, buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Zane Chavez leads off the inning for the Lemurs here. It'll be Chavez, followed by Pulfer. First 2 batters of the inning. Chavez, Pulfer, and Reynolds, actually. First 3 hitters. Here in the top of the second, Lemurs trailing 2-0 against Wander Perez and the Blasters. Perez, the lefty, against Chavez, the lefty. And the pitch taken for a strike inside corner. 0-1. Lemurs now giving up 2 runs in the first inning to the Blasters here in the last 2 games. Yesterday, the offense struggled to get going for the Lemurs, just scoring 1 run. 0-1 pitch taken outside. Still plenty of time, though, for the Lemurs to make up ground. Ball, 1 strike. As every game critical, especially with Winnipeg losing today. Lemurs can, again, pick up ground on Winnipeg. 1-1 pitch taken outside. Gold Knights continue leaving the door open. As a win today by the Gold Knights would again have drawn them closer to a playoff clincher. 2-1 pitch taken for a strike of the knees. And the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Chavez in yesterday's ball game, 1 for 4 with an RBI. Overall in the season, hitting .264, 6 homers, 37 runs batted in, swings and grounds one right back to the pitcher, Perez, who will field it cleanly and throw to first. And there's one away. J.D. Pulfer to the dish. Pulfer hitting .244, 8 home runs, 53 runs batted in. Lemurs second baseman. Yesterday, Pulfer 0 for 4. Grounded into a double play in his first time up in yesterday's game. So looking to shake off that result and have a big game here today. Taps the plate. Lemurs with just 4 hits in the game yesterday, in fact, against the Joplin Blasters. First pitch to Pulfer. He takes outside 1-0. Righty batter, lefty pitcher. No one on, 1 out here in the top of the second. Perez comes to a set at the belt, and the 1-0 pitch, Pulfer takes up high. And the count, 2-0. Waiting on deck, Burt Reynolds. Perez kicks, and the 2-0 delivery, Pulfer taking on the outside corner for a strike. 2-1 now the count. Again, coaching third base, Mike Meyer today. Over at first base, doing the coaching for right now is Luis Poyorena. 2 balls and a strike, the count to Pulfer. And the delivery taken for another strike down the heart of the plate, and count 2-2. So Pulfer with an even 2-2 count on him now. Stares at his bat. Wearing some sunglasses there at the plate. As it is still sunny out, likely will be for the majority of the game. And the 2-2 pitch. Pulfer tries to check a swing, and the home plate umpire says he went. There's strike 3. Pitch was high. He chased it. And there's 2 away. Bringing Burt Reynolds to the plate.
The left field, number 23, Burt. He's not the man, but Reynolds.
Reynolds, the righty, leads the league in home runs with 24. Also hitting .253 with 50 homers to go along with that, with those 24 homers. Although with the Lemurs, he's hitting .218 with 1 home run and 6 runs batted in 15 games. First pitch to Reynolds, taken for a strike. Now speed stuff, outer corner, a little bit high. In the upper portion of the zone, right around the letters. Count 0-1. And the pitch taken for another strike. And the count 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, waiting on deck. Brennan Metzger. Should Reynolds reach. Perez with the 0-2. And the pitch fouled off the glove of the catcher Sullivan. So Reynolds stays alive. Still down 0-2, though. Perez with the 0-2, and Reynolds again fouls it back, this time off the screen. No chance for Sullivan to catch that one, as it didn't touch any part of his glove or body. Still 0-2 to Reynolds as Perez tries to put him away. Perez hasn't thrown anything out of the zone here to Reynolds. Those last two pitches Reynolds swung at were at least close. So even though he's ahead 0-2, he hasn't thrown anything out trying to get Reynolds a chase. That time he does, though. But Reynolds doesn't chase, and the count 1-2 as Sullivan was setting up outside, and that's where the pitch went. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. Sullivan still setting up on the outer part of the dish. Now he works his way back in. And the pitch swung on and missed. There's strike 3. A couple of strikeouts in the inning. 3 up, 3 down. For the Lemurs at the plate in the second. We go to the bottom half. Laredo trailing 2-0 to Joplin.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties, shredded cheddar cheese,
A creamy sauce.
creamy steak sauce. My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it. You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words. The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think. The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubbada, boom, which led to you. Miller Lite, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your...
Masters, the catcher, number 35, Connor Sullivan.
Connor Sullivan leads off the inning for the Blasters. Sullivan, this season for Joplin, hitting .246 with a home run and 10 runs batted in. Lefty hitter against the righty pitcher Ryan Beckman. First pitch from Beckman on its way as he winds and delivers. Taken for a strike, 0-1 by Sullivan. 2-0 the score. Lemurs trailing the Blasters, bottom of the second. Beckman on the hill, making another start this season. He's been one of the best pitchers in the league. Pitch taken down and away, and you could say he's in the running for the Pitcher of the Year award. As I look at the league leaders in pitching, you've got Lindsey Coggle leading the way in ERA. 1-1 pitch taken just a bit inside, 2-1. He has a 2.03 ERA. Beckman's in third with a 2.69 ERA coming in today. Jose Alamarante for Fargo has a 2.46 earned run average. There's a swing and a miss, and the count 2-2. Those are your top three. Then you have Joe Bircher of Sioux Falls with a 2.7. Mike Kickham of Kansas City with a 2.71. Charlie Rosario of Gary with a 3.17. And Mark Hamburger with a 3.21. They're likely your favorites. 2-2 pitch. Swinging a soft ground ball, hit down the third base line. It's grabbed by Nieves. He'll throw to first in time to get Sullivan, and there's one away. So Beckman definitely will be in the conversation for Pitcher of the Year. He also is one of the three finalists for the Man of the Year award. As Alex Polsey comes to the plate. The Man of the Year award is given to a player who, off the field, exemplifies strong character and devotion to his craft, and is a big part in the community. First pitch taken for a strike by Polston, 0-1. Polston hitting .242 with 2 homers, 8 runs batted in. And the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, grounded down the third baseline, but this one's foul, and the count 0-2. But Beckman, one of the finalists, they have 3 finalists. Each team got to submit a player. I don't know who voted on the finalists, but 3 were chosen. Mark Hamburger for St. Paul, Reggie Abercrombie for Fargo, and Ryan Beckman for Laredo are the 3 finalists. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. There's strike 3. Beckman gets his second strikeout of the game. 2 outs here in the second. And so, well, Beckman, it's definitely an honor just to be a finalist. Because it just shows, obviously, each team gets to pick one person, so it's an honor to be that person. But to be a finalist means you were chosen above all but 2 other guys in the league, at least. It's the Brian Rose as the first pitch to Axel Johnson comes in. Swing and a miss. Brian Rose, Scott Miller Man of the Year Award. Named after the former bench coach for the Wichita Wingnuts who passed away due to melanoma, as did Scott Miller, the former broadcaster for the Fargo Moorhead Redhawks, each of them passing away over the last couple of seasons. Pitch swung on and missed 0-2. So they made an award this season. Rose passing away a couple years ago, and Miller before this season, during the offseason. So brought an award, named it after the 2 of them, and I think it's a really good thing. 0-2 pitch to Johnson. Swinging a ground ball right side towards the hole, diving his Pulfer, and it gets under him and into right field. Axel Johnson with a single. Johnson, by the way, hitting .244 with no homers and 2 runs batted in. You see his batting average go up a tick.
Batting in the 9th position for the Blasters, the third baseman, number 1.
The runner at first, 2 outs, Sergio Leone to the plate. Leone, overall this season between Kansas City and Joplin, he's been with each team twice. He's hitting .169 in 42 games with 4 home runs, 13 runs batted in. With Joplin, though, in 16 games, hitting .216 with 2 homers and 7 runs batted in. Johnson getting a lead at first, 2 outs in the inning. Beckman, first base side of the rubber as he delivers the first pitch to Leone inside. Leone backs up off the plate and the count 1-0. So Beckman, one of the 3 finalists for the award. We'll see if he continues, or see if he wins it or not. They'll announce those at the end of the season. I think in the playoffs, there's a swing and a miss and the count 1-1. But definitely congratulations. This is in order for Beckman. They announced the finalists just this past week while we were in Kansas City after Beckman's last start. 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch to Leone taken for a strike, and the count 1-2. Johnson at first base. Getting a lead, Poso holding him on. Beckman looking for another strikeout. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He gets it. Leone chased it down and away. 3rd strikeout of the game, 2nd of the inning. And we go to the top of the 3rd. Lemurs trailing 2-0 to the Blasters.
Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
Top of the third. Lemurs with the 8-9-1 batters, Brennan Metzger, Alvaro Rondon, and Abel Nieves to the plate. Metzger for the Lemurs this season, hitting 188. No homers, 6 runs batted in. He's played in 17 games for Laredo. Start of the year with the Gary South Shore Railcats. Pitch taken for a strike, 0-1. Metzger getting the start in center field as he's a right-handed hitter. Oh and 1 the count. And the pitch taken low. Because the other option in center would be Drew Martinez, who's a left-handed hitter against the lefty. So you go with the righty instead. In fact, yesterday the Lemurs had Martinez coming to the plate, and the Blasters brought in a lefty pitcher. And so Pina Cavilla countered and had Metzger pinch hit for Martinez. Pitch taken high for a ball, and the count 2-1. So Metzger providing a little bit of depth and another option against lefties for the Lemurs in the outfield. That's 2 of the Lemurs outfielders with Morrison and Martinez both lefties. Pitch taken on the outside corner at the knees, and the count 2-2. Lemurs now with 5 outfielders. Martinez, Reynolds, Phipps, Morrison, and Metzger. They've been DHing one of them all year, so they play 4 of them. 2-2 pitch. Taken for a called strike. I don't know that Metzger agreed with it. Looked like it might have been a little low. He goes down looking, and that's 3 straight strikeouts for Wander Perez.
Standing next to the Lemurs, the shortstop, number 3.
And Alvaro Rondon to the plate.
Alvaro Rondon.
Rondon, shortstop for the Lemurs. Hitting .263 with a home run and 35 runs batted in. Switch hitter. But he's going to bat from the left side against the lefty. Pitch taken for a ball, and the count 1-0. So Rondon, who has struggled this year against lefties, batting from the right side, is going to bat from the left side, foregoing his switch hit abilities. Pitch taken high, and the count 2-0. So for the first time this season, Rondon's batting from the left side against the lefty. Perez sets, and the 2-0 taken for a strike. As get so used to, left-hander Rondon, switch hitter, batting from the right side, and I was about to say it again, but this time, not the case. Perez with the 2-1 delivery, taken on the outside corner, and the count 2-2. 1 out, no one on, 2-0 the score. Lemurs trailing the Blasters here in the top of the third. Blasters trying to get a series win and go 3-1 in this series against the Lemurs. Lemurs trying to get a series draw. 2-2 pitch, swung on and fouled away, left side out of play.
Heads up to the beer garden, come on now.
Just what are Rondon's numbers against lefties? Well, he's hitting 183. 13 for 71 this season, with all of those hits being singles. That's batting from the right side against lefties. The 2-2 pitch, Rondon swings and grounds it back up the middle. Hits off the legs of Perez. Coming in is Leon. He'll throw to first, but it's late. And, well, it works out for Rondon. His first time batting from the left side against a lefty. He ropes a ground ball, and he gets himself a single on a 2-2 count. Against righties from the left side, Rondon hits .278. Abel Nieves to the plate. And Nieves just pounds lefty hitting, or lefty pitching this season. As he should, he's a right-hander, but he hits .417. 25 for 60 against left-handers coming into the game, with 2 of his 3 home runs coming against lefties. So 7 runs batted in. So Nieves actually leads the team in batting average against left-handers. Rondon getting a lead at first, 1 out and a runner on. Nieves 1 for 1 today. And the pitch taken low, ball 1. So that .417 average against lefties, well, that's a little higher. after his single earlier in the first inning to lead off the ball game. It was a little, well, I say a little, it was a high pop-up down the right field line that Kruger couldn't quite handle. It hit off his glove as he dove for it. Pitch taken down and away, and the count 2-0. Also out there was the second baseman Gomez and the first baseman Valentin, but Kruger was calling for it, so they let him go for it as they had already come to a stop out there in the outfield. Right around the ball. Right around where the ball landed. 2-0 pitch from Perez on its way. Nieves takes inside, and the count 3-0. Lemurs have only had one runner on base prior to Rondon. Well, kind of two runners, but only one runner at a time. You had Nieves singling and then Phipps reaching, but it was on a fielder's choice, so Nieves was put away, so they still just had one runner on. 3-0 pitch, Nieves taking a strike, and the count 3-1. We'll see if Rondon maybe tries to steal here. He hasn't attempted one yet. 3-1, the count to Nieves. Perez from the stretch lifts the leg, and the pitch taken on the outside corner, lower portion of the zone. Nieves thought he had ball 4. He was starting to walk towards first base. And he takes off his helmet as he has to get ready for a 3-2 pitch. A lot of guys, when they come up to the plate today, have tapped the shin guards of the catcher and umpire. Sign of respect. Not everyone always does that, though. Some guys do it, some guys don't, but most of the Lemurs have done it today, I've noticed. 3-2 pitch, Rondon moving, swinging a ground ball left side, backhanding his Polston at short. He's going to throw to first in time to get Nieves. 6-3 the putout, and there's 2 away. Rondon moves up to second, and Dennis Phipps to the plate. Phipps 0 for 1, reaching on that fielder's choice. Also has a stolen bag today. Phipps, the righty, digs in. Mentioned his struggles this series. 1 for 13 against the Blasters here in this 4-game series in Joplin. Prior to that, he had been just absolutely crushing Joplin Blasters pitching. And the pitch to Phipps, taken inside. 0-1, or 1-0. One ball, no strikes, the count to Phipps. Waving his maroonish colored bat. And the 1-0 pitch he takes for a strike, 1-1. But Phipps, despite struggles, always a threat at the plate, especially with the long ball. He has 19 homers on the year. 1-1 pitch. Phipps swings, grounds it hard down the third base line, but it's foul. The count 1-2. In the first game, he had a few hard hit balls, but they were just right at guys. So he didn't get hits on those. He did get one hit though in that ball game, a single. 1-2 the count to him here. 2 outs in the inning. Rondon at second. Lemurs trailing 2-0, top of the third. Wander Perez, the lefty for the Blasters, looks back at Rondon as Gomez creeps in on second, but delivers the pitch, and it's fouled away off the screen. Count still 1-2 to Dennis Phipps. The Wichita Wingnuts won today, so the Lemurs, even if they win, will still be 4 games behind the Wingnuts. I have to tell you that the Winnipeg Goldeyes lost already this afternoon. So that's good news for Laredo. 1-2 pitch, Phipps takes down and away. And the count 2-2. In fact, 4 games are final around the association already out of the 6. We have Lincoln and St. Paul going at it right now. They started at the same time we did, the 5:05 start. Count 2-2 to Phipps. The pitch from Perez, taken high. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now the count to Dennis Phipps. Rondon at second, holding on to his batting gloves. Or a batting glove, now puts it on his hand. His left hand. Getting a lead. 3-2 the count. 2 outs. Runner on second. Perez with the payoff pitch. Phipps swings and misses. There's strike 3. The Lemurs strand a runner at second base. We go to the bottom of the third. Laredo trailing Joplin 2-0.
Memorial Day party gets going. Drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reductions store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas. 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo. Carne asada con ganas solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light? Which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Chavarria's Plumbing's the #1 choice for any.
Mitch Glasser leads off the inning for the Blasters. Here in the bottom of the third. Lemurs trailing 2-0 to Joplin. This is the top of the order. Glasser 1 for 1 with a single today. First pitch taken for a strike 0-1. Beckman fires the fastball in there. Glasser thought about swinging, but he didn't. And he's down 0-1. Beckman on the mound for a third inning of work here in his start. A guy who usually goes 7 or 8 at least. The pitch swung on and lined down the third base line. Nieves dove for it, but he couldn't catch it. And it keeps on rolling, finally coming to a stop in the thick grass. And it's picked up by Reynolds. It's a double for Glasser. He's now 2 for 2 with a single and a double. Geraldo Valentin to the plate. Valentin, 1 for 1 today with a double.
Geraldo Valentin.
Valentin also scored a run. He and Glasser led off the bottom of the first with a single and a double respectively. Beckman looking over at second base, and the pitch taken for a called strike. 0-1 the count. Valentin doubled on a 1-0 pitch, a line drive into left center. The 0-1 delivery taken down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Blasters have had pretty good turnout here this last few days for their last series of the season. At home, 1-1 pitch, grounder down the third base line, foul. 1-2 the count. Beckman working ahead. He's got 3 strikeouts today so far. Blasters with 5 hits in the ball game already. Lemurs with 2. Infield playing Valentin to pull, and the 1-2 pitch in the dirt down and away. And the count 2-2 evens up. Lemurs go home. They'll take on the Texas Airhogs for 4 games. A team who Laredo has had their number all season long. Laredo 15-1 against the Airhogs this season, so as far as playoff hopes go, they're playing the right team down the stretch. 2-2 pitch taken on the outside corner. Beckman gets Valentin looking, his 4th strikeout of the ball game. And there's one away with a runner on second. I'll bring Edwin Gomez to the plate. He has a double as well, a double that's almost identical to Glasser's, except instead of a line drive that got down the third base line and then rolled to a stop in foul territory down the left field line like Glasser's, Gomez hit a ground ball down the third base line that ended up coming to a rest in left field down the foul territory. He also drove in a pair of runs. Beckman will spin and pretend to throw over to second, but no one was holding on Glasser. We've got a pretty big lead. Defense playing Gomez pretty much straight up. Polford playing him a little bit to pull at second base. And Poso a little towards the line, but that's about it. Pitch taken down and away to the lefty. Gomez 1-0. But everyone else, so the right side of the infield giving Gomez a step or two to the left, or to the right towards the line, but the left side of the infield playing him pretty normal. Pitch swung on, grounded towards Rondon at short. He'll field it behind the bag, throw over to first for out number 2. Glasser will move up to third with a 6-3 ground out, and Beckman is just 1 out away from getting out of the inning after giving up a leadoff double. Mark Kruger is the batter for the Blasters. Kruger grounded into a double play, a very unconventional double play. 2-3-5. You don't see a 2-3-5 double play very often. Infield again playing the lefty. Kruger pretty much straight up. Pitch taken a little outside, I guess, and the count 1-0. Looked like he had gotten the outside lower portion of the zone, but he just missed it, I guess, and the count 1-0. Kruger, right fielder for Joplin. One of those many rookies on this Joplin Blaster squad. Went to Utah Valley University. Small D1 school. Pitch in the dirt, and the count 2-0. UVU. He's from Draper, Utah. 22 years old, 6'5", 225 pounds. 2 balls and no strikes, the count. Beckman kicks, and the 2-0 pitch to Kruger taken low, 3-0. Runner at third base, 2 outs in the inning. A walk doesn't kill Beckman here, although Beckman hasn't walked a guy in a little while. See if he can come back into it. Down 3-0 here to Kruger. And the pitch taken for a strike, 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike, the count. Beckman with the pitch, 3-1, down and away. There's ball 4. And for Beckman, that's his first walk in about 30 innings. His last 4 starts, he did not walk a single batter.
Batting next to the Joplin Blasters,
But
number 4, the center fielder, Casey Hunt.
He walks one here.
Let me hear it for Casey.
Right now, it's not a damaging one. It was a lefty batter and the runner at third base and 2 outs. First base open. You have a righty up now, Casey Huth. He's already struck out once. was on a 3-2 pitch. Back in the third inning, he has the advantage over Huth. Huth, the righty. Beckman from the stretch will throw over to first. Kruger dives back into the bag safely. So Huth 0 for 1 today. With that strikeout, it was looking. As Beckman has 4 strikeouts today, 2 swinging and 2 looking. Beckman delivers the first pitch to Huth. It's a swing and a shallow fly ball into center. Metzger running in. Now he'll slow up to a trot and make the catch. That'll end the inning. So Huth, a fly out to center field. And we go to the top of the fourth. Laredo trailing Joplin 2-0.
Plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeyes' new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24...
Ty Morrison leads off the inning for the Lemurs. Top of the fourth. Laredo trailing 2-0 to the Blasters. First pitch missing outside, ball 1. Wander Perez on the mound. And the 1-0 pitch, Morrison takes. A little low and away again in the count, 2-0. Morrison 0 for 1 today with a strikeout swinging back in the first inning. He's the second out of that inning. 2-0 the count here. And Perez with the pitch, taken high, 3-0. So Morrison taking the first 3 pitches here, all out of the zone for balls. We'll take a look this inning at the scoreboard around the league. I mentioned there were 4 finals already. We talked about a couple of them. 3 balls, no strikes the count to Morrison. He takes for a strike in her half of the plate. 3-1. Fargo won today over Sioux Falls. Battle the Birds. Redhawks 12, Canaries 5. The Wingnuts, their high-scoring game for Wichita as they just pounded the Texas Airhawks. 3-1 pitch was a called strike, and the count full 3-2 to Morrison as he leads off the 4th inning. 2-0 Lemurs trailing the Blasters. Full count here to Morrison. Wichita won 16-0 against the Texas Airhawks in a 2-hour, 44-minute game. It's a pretty quick game for 16 runs. And the payoff pitch to Morrison swung on and missed. He strikes out for the second time today, and Perez notches his sixth K of the game. 5 swinging, 1 looking, and Jesus Poso to the plate. Final and Gary, the Gary South Shore Railcats fall at home, 5-1. to the Kansas City T-Bones. So Gary, who is fighting to maintain the lead in the Central, they lose today. After being very, very hot, they dropped the series finale against the T-Bones. Pitch taken by Poso low for ball one. Jesus Poso at the plate 0 for 1 today. But Gary was a half game ahead of Lincoln and a game and a half ahead of Sioux City. Pitch taken for a strike. You had Sioux City winning today 3-2. So Sioux City now just a half game behind Gary. And Lincoln right now playing St. Paul. 1-1 pitch taken outside, 2-1. And right now St. Paul's up 1-0 over Lincoln, top of the fifth. So Lincoln, if they can win today, would retake first place in the Central Division. Gary had won 4 straight games coming in today. There's a called strike and the count 2-2. And we're 9-1 in their last 10. Poso with an even count 2-2 here with 1 out in the fourth. Perez from the stretch. And the break-even pitch. Poso swings, grounds it down towards third. It's picked up by Leon on a couple of bounces. Throws a little low to first, but it's made by Valentin, and it is out number 2. And Zane Chavez to the plate. Chavez 0 for 1.
Standing next to the Lemurs, he's the catcher, number 9, Zane Chavez.
Chavez, the lefty, against the lefty Perez. First pitch taken for a strike. 0-1. Sorry, the camera somehow got shifted. They were throwing some foam baseballs with Blasters logos on them around to the fans here. So in the brouhaha between innings must have gotten shifted a bit. Pitch taken for another strike and the count 0-2.
2 strikes, 1.
Chavez grounded out to Perez his first time up. Should he reach this time, J.D. Polfer would come up to the plate. He's on deck. 0-2 the count as Chavez tries to keep his at-bat alive and the inning going with 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. Perez with the pitch. Chavez swings and misses. Another strikeout for Perez at 7 on the game. And we go to the bottom of the fourth, Laredo trailing 2-0 to Joplin.
Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft, buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties,
Shredded cheddar cheese.
The creamy sauce.
Creamy steak sauce.
My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it. You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think. The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Miller and
Bottom of the fourth, Lemurs trailing by a score of 2-0 to the Blasters. Ryan Beckman on the hill. Connor Sullivan at the plate, lefty batter, and the pitch on the outside corner for strike one. Sullivan, another one of those rookies, played for Birmingham Bloomfield, went to Ave Maria University from Chicago, Illinois. Pitch taken low. And the count 1-1. Last home game of the season for the Blasters. Last road game of the season for the Lemurs. And the 1-1 pitch, Sullivan swings, grounds it right side towards Pulfer. He fields it on a few bounces, sidearms to first, and there's one away. We'll bring Alex Polston to the plate.
Now adding for the Joplin Blasters, the shortstop,
Sullivan.
51, Alex Polston.
Start of the year in the United Shore League. And pitch to Polston, taken down and away. 1-0. A couple of new baseball leagues starting this year, the Empire League and the United Shore League. And the 1-0 pitch taken for a strike, 1-1. And the Blasters, well, they have a player from almost every player in the last 2 years, either this year or last year, who have played in almost every other independent baseball league. Pitch taken down and away. There's a lot of them. 2 balls and a strike. They've had guys that have come from the Pacific Association, from the United Shore League, the Empire League, the Pecos League. 2-1 pitch, swung on and lined towards the right side. Poso reaching out for it, ends up stumbling to the ground as the ball goes into right field. Couldn't quite reach it. And Polston pokes a single. With 1 out in the inning, he's now 1 for 2. That'll bring Axel Johnson to the plate.
Number 7, Axel Johnson.
So a little of everything for the Blasters, although they don't have anyone, I believe, from the Can-Am League, which is kind of the sister league of the American Association. We used to play interleague games with the Can-Am League last few years, but this year we didn't. Johnson 1 for 1 today with a single. At the plate, Beckman with the pitch, taken outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. The count to Johnson. He's actually listed as a pitcher on the roster. And does a little of everything. Throw to first, check on Polston. He's back standing, though. Waiting on deck, Sergio Leon. 1 out in the inning. Beckman. Again, we'll throw to first. Polston back to the bag, but the throw goes wide. And Polston will advance to second base on the errant throw. As it got past Poso, it bounced off the fence behind first base. So that'll be an error to push him to second. Still a 1-0 count to Johnson. So that takes away the double play ball. The Lemurs, I'm sure, we're hoping for, especially with Beckman, a ground ball guy. 1-0 the count. Polston getting a lead from second now, and the pitch swung on and fouled away. Left side and out of play. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. Johnson in college was an outfielder. Missouri Southern. 1-1 pitch, taken low. Apparently he has some pretty good stuff as a pitcher. So they put him in as a pitcher at the beginning of the year. But with Blasters being a little short-handed in different areas, he's pulling double duty. 2-1 pitch, Johnson takes down and away. And the count now 3 balls and 1 strike to Johnson. Polston still at second base, getting a lead. Beckman comes to a set and the pitch. Taken down and away, ball 4. Runners on first and second. Sergio Leon to the plate. Beckman talking with Chavez on the mound. Poso's going to come over, and I told him to stop about halfway there. Quick conversation. And Sergio Leon at the dish with runners on first and second. Second walk of the ball game for Beckman. I mentioned it's been 33 innings since his last walk. Before walking Mark Kruger last inning. 4 straight starts without a walk. Now he has 2 in this ballgame. Johnson at first. And at second, Polston. The pitch to Leon, taken for a strike. At the knees, and the count 0-1. Runners getting off the bags. Leon 0 for 1 today with a strikeout swinging. Beckman with the 0-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. Lemurs with just 2 hits so far today. Blasters have 6 in the ball game. Lemurs commit the first error of the game this inning. And the 0-2 pitch, Leon swings, hits one off the handle down the third base line, and it'll roll foul as Nieves picks it up just inches to the left of the line. Count still 0-2. There would have been no shot at a double play ball on that one, so Nieves wisely let it go foul. His only play would have been at first. Even that would have been a tough one. Leon has some good speed down the line. Picks the bat back up and prepares himself for another 0-2 pitch. Digging into the box. Infield shifted a bit for Leon to pull the ball to the right, to the left side. Beckman with the 0-2. Down and in. Count 1-2. Although Pulfer not playing super close to the bag at second. Not a normal double play depth. But Poso definitely playing off the line at first base. Nieves towards the line at third. And Rondon at a more normal spot for a shortstop, even a little bit towards that third base line. The 1-2 pitch, grounder down towards the third base coach's box. It's grabbed by Gabe Suarez, the manager of the Blasters. Count 1-2 still. Really, there's no coach's box. There's some worn out grass where the coaches stand. Usually it's just a spray painted box or even just a half box. Sometimes just a line on the grass, or it'll be a dirt area. 1-2 pitch, down and away. But here it's just worn out patches of grass where the coaches have paced back and forth throughout the games over the course of the season. In fact, over at first base, there isn't really much of a worn out area. just over at third. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on first and second for the Blasters. Bottom of the fourth, Laredo trailing 2-0 to Joplin. The pitch. Swing and a miss. There's strike 3. Leon struck out swinging now twice today. And then it's the 5th strikeout in the ball game for Ryan Beckman. That'll get us back to the top of the order for the Blasters. And Ben Moore is going to make a mound visit, the pitching coach for the Lemurs. As Mitch Glasser comes to the plate, he is 2 for 2 with a single and a double. The rest of the infield joining him. Glasser DHing today. He scored the first run of the game in the first, as he singled to lead off the first, followed by a double by Valentin and another double by Edwin Gomez. Brought in both Valentin and Glasser. So this is a big situation here with 2 outs and a guy who's already 2 for 2 off Beckman today. At the plate and 2 men on. Glasser trying to make it a bigger lead. Beckman trying to keep this game close. Beckman getting the peering in. Got this sign from his catcher, Zane Chavez. And the pitch. Taken outside. 1-0. Second base is Polston. At first is Johnson. Polston singled. Reached second on a throwing error by Ryan Beckman as he tried to pick him off. And Johnson reached on a walk. 1-0 pitch taken for a strike. And the count 1-1. Two pitches is the most Glasser has seen before swinging in an at-bat today. He saw 2 pitches in the first before singling on the third pitch. Doubled on the second pitch he saw from Beckman in his second at-bat, and the 1-1 down and away. And the count 2-1. Beckman trying to be careful here with Glasser. Trying to keep the ball low in the zone. 2-1 the count. Beckman will fire away. Pitch taken for a strike. On the thighs, outer half of the plate, and the count evens up 2-2. And Beckman 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. Grab the rosin bag behind the pitcher's mound. Dry off his hands, get some better grip. He bends over at the waist as he stares intently into home plate. Home plate now in a shadow as the sun's starting to set. It's almost 6:30 local time. Pitcher's mound, though, not in a shadow. 2-2 pitch, taken down and away, check swing, and they're going to appeal down the first base line and say Glasser didn't go. Count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Cheer John, let's go.
Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 men on, 2-0 Blasters over the Lemurs. Bottom of the fourth. Fourth and final game of this series. Last time we'll see Joplin this season. 3-2 and a move towards second. Back is Polston. No throw, no one was really holding him on. Everyone will be moving on the pitch. As they get their leads, no one holding a runner on. Beckman trying to retire Glasser here for the first time. The pitch taken down and away, ball 4. Third walk issued by Beckman today. Second of the inning. So the base is loaded for Geraldo Valentin with 2 outs. Valentin 1 for 2 today. The double, a run scored, and a strikeout swinging. Strikeout looking. 2 outs, runners get their leads. Glasser at first, Johnson at second, Polston at third, and Valentine swings and misses. The off-speed stuff down and away, chased it, and the count 0-1. Valentine trying to come up with a big hit and extend the Blasters' lead. They're already up 2-0. Beckman trying to keep it at that. The 0-1 pitch. Valentine swings, he hits one high into the air, into left. That ball's got some carry to it, but not enough, as coming to a stop out there with his glasses gleaming, looking up at the ball is Reynolds. He makes the catch, and the inning is over. Bases get loaded for the Blasters, but they leave them loaded. We go to the top of the fifth. Lemurs still trailing 2-0 to the Blasters.
Invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubbada, boom, which led to you. Miller Lite, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubbada, boom, which led to you. Miller Lite, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit Hot Dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito Hamburger and Cabrito Hot Dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
J.D. Polfer leads off the inning. He'll be followed by Burt Reynolds and Brennan Metzger here in the top of the fifth. Laredo trailing Joplin 2-0. Polfer 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the game. First pitch taken for a strike 0-1. Wander Perez still on the hill for the Blasters, and why not? He's only allowed 2 hits. He hasn't walked a batter yet. And he's got 7 strikeouts. Perez comes to a set, and the 0-1 pitch to Polfer is swung on, hit into the air, into center field, shallow. Coming in is Huth. He'll pull up and slow down as he makes the catch. 1 away. Polfer 0 for 2. And Burt Reynolds to the plate.
Standing next for Laredo number 23, the left fielder, Burt Reynolds.
Reynolds also 0 for 1 with a strikeout. In fact, Polfer, Reynolds, and Metzger were struck out all in a row back in the second and third. Polfer and Reynolds were outs 2 and 3 in the second, and Metzger out number 1 in the third. First pitch to Reynolds is swung on and grounded down the third base line, almost hit the third base bag. Leon fielding it deep. The throw to first is just in time to get Reynolds. Bang bang play at the bag at first, and there's 2 quick outs. 3 pitches from Perez so far here in the fifth. And Brennan Metzger will come to the dish for the second time today. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Metzger, the only strikeout by Perez that has been a looking strikeout. The other 6 have all been of the swinging variety, and the pitch taken for a strike. 0-1. Waiting on deck, should Metzger reach, is Alvaro Rondon, who is 1 for 1 with a single that hit off the leg of Perez. 0-1 the count to Metzger and the pitch. Metzger takes high, ball one. Blasters with 2 runs in the first inning. Very similar to yesterday. Well, yesterday there were 2 home runs to start off the bottom of the first. Today it was just 3 straight hits, a single and 2 doubles. 1-1 pitch. Metzger swings, he hits one into shallow center. Coming in is Kruger. He makes the catch, staring up into the sun, and that'll end the inning. Lemurs go down in order. Here in the 5th, we go to the bottom. Laredo trailing 2-0 to Joplin.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reduction store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas. 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo. Carne asada con ganas solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light, which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome.
Edwin Gomez leads off the inning for the Blasters. Gomez 1 for 2 today with a double and 2 runs batted in. First pitch, Gomez squares around a bunt. It comes inside on him as he pulls it back in the count 1-0. Gomez playing second base. Second time he's done that in this series. Did it yesterday as well. 1 ball and those strikes, and the pitch from Beckman. Taken on the outside corner at the knees, and the count 1-1. We are in the bottom of the 5th. Lemurs still scoreless, still with just 2 hits in the game. Blasters with 6 hits in the game, and the 1-1 pitch taken outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. And today the Winnipeg Goldeyes lost in extra innings to Sioux City. Sioux City trying to help out the Lemurs here, but right now Laredo not helping themselves. Pitch called a strike, and the count 2-2. At least offensively, they've yet to get anything going against Wander Perez. Two balls and 2 strikes, the count. Beckman with the break-even pitch. Swinging a ground ball right side. Poso's going to field it, and he's going to take it to the bag himself. He'll beat Gomez there by a few steps, and there's 1 away. Beckman has had a very interesting start.
Number 27, the right fielder, Mark Kruger.
Still end it and have a good start, but just 2 runs allowed so far. But he's walked 3 guys, and that's extremely uncharacteristic of Beckman. And he did so in an inning and a half. Here comes the pitch to Mark Kruger. Swinging a ground ball right to Rondoni, drops to a knee, fields it, throws to first. In time, 2 up, 2 down. Not that Beckman's been bad. He's been pretty good. Just those 3 walks are very uncharacteristic, as I had mentioned. It's 2 up, 2 down here in the 5th. Beckman, a guy who goes a usually goes, a lot of innings. Last time he came out against Kansas City, the Lemurs gave him a lot of run support, as they ended up scoring 13 runs in that game against the T-Bones pitching, a lot of which came against Jared Messer. Casey Huth to the plate. The pitch taken for a strike. Today, that has yet to happen. Huth 0 for 2 in the ballgame with a strikeout and a flyout. And the pitch from Beckman. He works quickly, taken for another strike, and the count 0-2. Beckman trying to get his first 3-up, 3-down inning of the game. He almost had one in the second. He was ahead 0-2 to Axel Johnson before he managed to get a single to spoil that. 0-2 pitch. Huth swings, grounds one left side towards the hole. It's picked up by Rondon. He throws on the move over to first. Another flashy play by Rondon. That'll end the inning here in the fifth. It is a 3-up, 3-down inning for both teams. As we go to the top of the sixth, Lemurs trailing 2-0 to the Blasters.
12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Chavarria's Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarria's is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarria's is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeyes' new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place.
Alvaro Rondon to the plate. He leads off the inning, the 9-1-2 hitters. Rondon, Nieves, Phipps. First pitch, Rondon bunts it down the first base line. He's going to get to first base safely as it was fielded by Valentin. By the time Valentin picked it up, Rondon was past Valentin, and Gomez was late to the bag at first. Perez was nowhere to be found around the bag, and Rondon, with his speed in that left-handed batter's box, drops the perfect drag bunt down the first base line. His second hit of the game. He has 2 of 3 hits for the Lemurs. And the man with the other one, Isabel Nieves, he's at the plate right now, run on first. So Rondon with 2 infield singles. One, a drag bunt down the first base line, a beautiful one. And the one, a ground ball that hit off the leg of Perez and then skirted off towards the third baseman, Leon, and Rondon just managed to beat it out. First pitch to Nieves. He swings and hits one off the end of the bat towards the first base line, but just foul on the count of 1-1. Nieves led off the ball game with a single. On deck, Dennis Phipps. Could the 6th inning be the inning for the Lemurs here as they get the leadoff man aboard for just the second time in the ball game? And you've got the top of the order up right now. 0-1 the count to Nieves. Rondon over at first with the lead and the delivery. Nieves fouls one back to the screen, 0-2. Lemurs could use a big inning. In fact, they've switched up their third base coach. It's no longer Mike Meyer. It's back to Gibby Vellacuellar, who's been the third base coach for most of the season, trying to get some runs. 0-2 the count to Nieves. The pitch from Perez outside and a little low, and the count 1-2.
Let's go, Blaster fans. Let's hear some noise.
1-2. The count. Rondon pointing his toes a little bit towards second base as he gets his lead, and the pitch swung on and fouled away. A little low back to the screen, and the count still 1-2. Nieves, Lemurs' third baseman, was inactive for a month, and he's come back, and he's come back hot. Trying to continue that hot streak here. It's Wander Perez. 1-2 delivery. Swing and a line drive into left. There's a base knock. And the Lemurs get back-to-back singles as they have 4 hits in the game now, 2 of them this inning, and they're by 2 different players. 2 hits for Rondon, 2 hits for Nieves. And they managed to string them together here back-to-back with Dangerous Dennis at the plate. Started calling him that when we were in Joplin earlier in the year. And Phipps had an incredible series against the Blasters. He digs into the box. He's 0 for 2 today. He reached on a fielder's choice in the first, stole a bag, and then struck out in the third. But he's got a runner in scoring position and 2 men on as Nieves at first base, Rondon at second, no outs. Pitch swung on and fouled away. They actually have 1 out on the scoreboard, but it's actually no outs. Oh and 1 the count to Phipps. Perez sets, looks back at Rondon, where Gomez is covering at second. Pitch on the outside corner at the knees. And the count 0-2 now to Phipps. Phipps struck out on a 3-2 count, swinging back in the third inning. Rondon getting a lead, looking over at Gomez, who creeps in at second. 0-2, fouled away. So Phipps having a similar at-bat so far as Abel Nieves to start it off. Nieves fouled off the first 2 pitches, took a ball, fouled off another, and then singled to left. We'll take a single to left here. Take any kind of a hit, really. 0-2 the count to Phipps. Perez looks over at second. He's going to step off the back of the rubber. And Rondon will walk back to the bag at second. Gomez still hanging off the bag by about 8 feet. 0-2 the count here to Phipps with his pant legs pulled up just below the knees. Showing off the black socks. Runners with their leads. And again, Perez will step off the back of the rubber as Phipps calls time in the batter's box. Nieves at first getting a lead, no one holding him on. He stays even with the first baseman, Valentin. Now the 0-2 pitch. Phipps chases one up and away out of the zone. He tried to hold off, but he couldn't. And that is another strikeout for Perez. Second time he's gotten Phipps. 8th strikeout of the game for Perez. And Ty Morrison to the plate, a guy who's already struck out twice as well, 0 for 2 with those 2 strikeouts. Morrison, the lefty against the lefty Perez. Morrison actually got ahead 3-0 his last time up, but then Perez came back with 3 straight strikes. First pitch here, Morrison takes high, ball 1. Rondon still at second. Nieves at first. Lemurs down 2-0. They got back-to-back singles by Rondon and Nieves. 1 out in the inning. The pitch taken, called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Runners again getting their leads. Perez from the stretch. Kicks the pitch, taken for a called strike, and it's 1-2. Morrison down 1-2 in the count. One and two the count to Morrison, trying to avoid a third strikeout. Wander Perez with the pitch. Morrison swings, hits one on the ground, right side. It's picked up by Glasser, the second baseman. He throws to first for the out. And there's now 2 outs in the inning. 4-3 the put out, but both runners advance. Rondon up to third base, Nieves to second. And now the Blasters manager, Gabe Suarez, is going to come out of the dugout and go talk to his pitcher as Jesus Pozo is the next batter due up for the Lemurs. There actually is activity in both bullpens right now, and Suarez is going to leave the mound, not making a pitching change. Kind of surprised there's activity in the Lemurs pen. Beckman usually goes at least 7, if not 8 or 9. Pozo, and well, if you're a Lemurs fan, which I assume most of you are, Pozo's the guy you want up right now.
Now batting, number 32.
As Pozo this season, with runners in scoring position and 2 outs, is hitting .361 with 18 runs batted in, 1 home run in those 36 at-bats. Pozo takes the first pitch for a called strike, 0-1. Bell Nieves at second, Rondon at third. They get their leads. Pozo down 0-1 to Wander Perez in the pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Chased the breaking ball down and in, couldn't find it. Zane Chavez waiting on deck if Pozo can manage to extend the inning and reach. As the crowd gets loud here, Perez trying to end the inning, strand 2 runners in scoring position. Lemurs trying to tie things up as they trail by 2. And the pitch from Perez. Pozo swings, hits one in the air into right at Kruger. He goes back a step and a half and makes the catch. That'll end the inning. As we go to the bottom of the 6th, Lemurs failed to score there, leaving 2 men in scoring position, trailing the Blasters 2-0.
To turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft, buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and cracker baby blankets and more.
Connor Sullivan leads off the inning, the catcher for the Blasters here, bottom of the 6th. Lemurs down 2-0. Ryan Beckman still on the hill as whoever was throwing in the Lemurs pen has stopped. First pitch to Sullivan, taken for a strike, 0-1. Lemurs had their best chance to score this past inning, as they had 2 men on base to start off the inning, runners on first and second, with Dennis Phipps at the plate, but they couldn't bring anyone in. Sullivan fouls it away to the left side, and the count 0-2. Sullivan 0 for 2 in the game, couple of ground outs. Ground out to third and a ground out to second. 0-2 the count. Beckman with the delivery and a swing and a pop-up. Shallow center. Actually drifts back a little further, but still pretty shallow. And Metzger's there, plenty of time. Makes the catch for out number 1. Sullivan 0 for 3 today. And Alex Polston to the plate. 2-0 the score. Lemurs trailing the Blasters. Laredo with 4 hits. Nieves has 2, Rondon has 2. The rest of the team, 0. Blasters with 6 hits. Alex Polston has 1 of them. He's 1 for 2 in the game with a single. The pitch taken for a strike, 0-1. In fact, I mentioned that 6 hits for the Blasters. 3 of them came to start out the first inning, the bottom of the first. Other than that, they've pretty much scattered hits around. The other 3 coming 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. Pitch outside, and the count 1-1. As Beckman's kept the Blasters at bay ever since that first inning. 1-1 pitch, swing, and a line drive into shallow center. It'll fall for a hit as Metzger came in, but he couldn't get there in time. And there's the 7th hit of the game for the Blasters, 2nd of the day for Polston. 2 for 3 now. And Axel Johnson to the plate. Johnson 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. Singled in the second, walked in the fourth. It was the second of 3 walks so far in the day for Beckman. Beckman the righty against Johnson the lefty. Polston over at first. Polston reached second base earlier on a throwing error by Beckman as he tried to pick off Polston at first. This time Beckman going right after Johnson. First pitch, though, is down and away for a ball, 1-0. Here in the 6th, we'll take another look at that scoreboard around the American Association. 12-5 final in Fargo. The Redhawks taking down the Sioux Falls Canaries. Wichita won 16-0 today over Texas. Sioux City 3-2 winners over Winnipeg. Good news there for the Lemurs. Kansas City 5-1 winners on the road in Gary. Beckman will step off and throw to first as Polston was trying to time up a stolen bag there. He realized Beckman wasn't delivering, and he scrambled back to first in time. And right now it's a tie game, top of the 8th in Lincoln, as that game's moving along really quick. Lincoln and St. Paul tied at 1. 1-0 the count. Beckman with the pitch, swing and a foul. Left side out of play. Count 1-1 to Johnson. Take a look at that Wichita final box score here. See who started. Oh, David Russo got the start for the Airhogs. He gave up 4 runs. All 4 earned. In fact, the Airhogs struggled today as they made a bunch of errors, apparently. Cody Culp gave up 4 runs in 2/3 of an inning as Beckman again throws a pickoff to move to first, but back in time is Polston as he dives in. But only 1 of those 4 that Culp allowed were earned, and then 6 runs allowed by Tyler Eyrig in relief in an inning, but only 1 of those 6 were earned. Tyler Harris allowed 2 runs both earned in that game, so a total of 8 unearned runs allowed by the Texas Airhawks today as they made 2 errors. Another throw to first, but Polston back in. So only 2 errors. The Wingnuts made them pay for them. 1-1 the count. Beckman with the pitch. Swinging a ground ball right side. It's grabbed by Pulfer. He throws to second for 1. The relay to first is in time. It's a 4-6-3 double play. And that will end the inning here in the 6th. We go to the top of the 7th. Lemurs trailing 2-0 to the Blasters.
Come on, we're still winning this baseball game. Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
For
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties,
Shredded cheddar cheese.
The creamy sauce.
Creamy steak sauce.
My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it. You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House cheddar burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think. The Chop House cheddar burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubbada, boom, which led to you. Miller Lite, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
Top of the 7th, Lemurs trailing 2-0 to the Blasters. It'll be Chavez, Pulfer, and Reynolds to the plate. Chavez leading off the inning. First pitch from Wander Perez is swung on and fouled back to the screen.
Now batting catcher number 9, Zane Chavez.
Perez on the hill, throwing his 7th inning of work for the Blasters. 0-1 pitch, Chavez swings, hits one high into the air, into the middle of right field. Kruger will come in and move a step to his right, make the catch. And there's one away. That'll bring J.D. Pulfer to the plate with 1 out. And no one on. Gabe Suarez making a mound visit. Perez's day is done, so he leaves him in there to face off against the lefty Chavez before going to the pen. We'll be the new pitcher here in a moment. Perez's day is done after throwing 6 1/3 of shutout baseball here in Joplin. Lemurs trailing 2-0 here at the top of the 7th.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reduction store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus, find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas. 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo. Carne asada con ganas solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light? Which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Chavarria's Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarria's is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarria's is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeyes' new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
Victor Ramirez on the pitch. In relief of Wander Perez, he'll be facing J.D. Pulfer here for the first batter of his outing. 1 out. Top of the 7th, Lemurs down 2-0 to the Blasters. First pitch from Ramirez is swung on and fouled away. Righty versus righty. Ramirez this season is 1-0 in 7 appearances with 2 starts. With a 5.71 ERA, 17 1/3 innings pitched. He's walked 6 batters, struck out 17. 6'2", 185 pounds. He pitched in the game 2 days ago in one of those doubleheaders. Through 2 innings, gave up just 2 hits, also struck out 2 batters, shutout baseball. That was his first time facing the Lemurs this season. 1-1 the count. As that last pitch missed inside to Pulfer. Ramirez from the stretch. And the pitch. Pulfer swings, hits one hard to the left side towards the hole. It's knocked down by Leon, and then the ball gets to the shortstop, Holston, who will throw Pulfer out by about a step. Out number 2.
Blaster fans, that's the All-State play of the game.
Burt Reynolds to the plate. So Pulfer just a little unlucky there. He hit it hard down towards that hole. Leon dove for it. He tipped it, but it went right to Polston, who managed to field it cleanly off the ground. 0 for 2 in the game is Reynolds with a strikeout and a ground out as he comes to the plate with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Waiting on deck is Brennan Metzger. So Lemurs will still leave Metzger in despite a right-hander being on the mound. They won't pinch hit with the lefty Martinez. The pitch swung on, grounded left side, right to the third baseman Leon. He scoops it up, throws to first. And another quick inning for the Lemurs at the plate. We go 3 down here in the 7th. We go to the 7th inning stretch here in Joplin. Lemurs trailing 2-0 to the Blasters.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care 1 athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
There's a reason.
Ryan Beckman back to the mound for the 7th inning as the Lemurs trail 2-0 to the Blasters. Will be the 9-1-2 hitters for the Blasters. Sergio Leone, Mitch Glasser, Geraldo Valentin here in the 7th. Bottom half of the inning. And the pitch from Beckman to Leone. He swung on and fouled away. Back to the screen, the count 0-1. Leone 0 for 2 today with a pair of strikeouts, both swinging. 2 of the 5 strikeouts for Ryan Beckman today. Lemurs, if they're going to come back in this game, well, it's going to have to be late in the 8th or 9th inning. No balls and 1 strike, the count to Leone. Righty versus righty. Beckman winds in the 0-1 pitch. Leone squares around a bunt. It's up in the air down the third base line. Beckman and Nieves both chasing. But it lands in foul territory. The count 0-2. Leone taking his time out of the batter's box here with 2 strikes on him after that last pitch bunted foul. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Beckman with the wind and the 0-2 delivery. Taken on the outside corner. Sergio Leone with the hat trick, 3 strikeouts, 2 swinging, and this one looking. Another strikeout for Beckman. He has 6 today. That brings us to the top of the order. Mitch Glasser, 2 for 2, a single, a double. He's also walked once today. Glasser, right-handed hitter. One of the top hitters in the league, or has been throughout the season, as he came into the game hitting .305. He swings the first pitch and he hits one into shallow left, just in front of Burt Reynolds. He charged in, but he couldn't quite get there. Fielded it on a short hop. Glasser now 3 for 3 in the game, as he continues to hit the Lemurs pitching.
Number 12, the first baseman, Geraldo Valentin.
Going to bring Geraldo Valentin to the plate, and Glasser looks like he's going to get a pinch runner. Oscar Mesa going to pinch run for Glasser.
Number 6. Let's go, Oscar Mesa!
Mesa, who's just activated off the disabled list, will be inserted into the DH spot, although Blasters very likely won't get back to that spot. Throw over to first, although they still could. Geraldo Valentin at the plate. Valentin is 1 for 3 today with a double and a run scored. Glasser came into this ball game 2 for 7 in the series. Finishes his day 3 for 3 today. First pitch to Valentin, a called strike, 0-1. Second pitch on its way from Beckman to Valentin. He fouls it away to the right side, and the count 0-2. Valentin has struck out once today. That was looking in the third. Back 3 of Beckman's strikeouts have been of the looking variety, half of them. As he has 6 today. 0-2 the count to Valentin. Beckman looking to get the better of him here. Beckman from the stretch. Oscar Mesa getting a lead at first. And the pitch outside for a ball. 1-2. So Mesa pinch running. I was told his injury, something to the extent, is an upper body injury, so he can't really swing or throw. That's why he's pinch running for the DH in Glasser.
All right, I need my section right here to make a lot of more noise. Come on. Y'all put them to shame.
Glasser, who was not in yesterday's ball game, apparently, for some reason. Mesa hasn't played since July 12th. It's been a while. A month and a half. 1-1 the count. 1-2 the count. Pitch up high. And the count evens up 2-2.
Section. I want to hear some noise from you.
Mesa, running over at first base, has 7 stolen bags this season in his 23 games that he's played. Was hitting .356 for the Blasters in just those 23 games. Was with Joplin last year. Played in 86 games. There's a swing and a grounder right back to Beckman. He knocks it down with his body, throws wide to first. The ball goes into center, and Metzger will field it and throw it back to second as Mesa hops up and scampers to third. Beckman's second error of the ball game. And Beckman, who I have regularly praised for his defensive abilities out there on the mound, has made 2 errors today, which also uncharacteristic of him. 2 errors, 3 walks, not a typical Beckman performance. Although he still only allowed just 2 runs. There's one out here in the bottom of the 7th, Edwin Gomez, who is 1 for 3 today, but he has the big double that came in the first, a 2-run double, with runners on the corners here. Mesa last year had 20 steals for the Blasters. That's why he's the one running. He's got some speed. Pitch taken for a strike. 0-1.
Let me hear you.
Turn the crowd mic down a little bit. 0-1 the count to Gomez. Joplin threatened to score. Beckman trying to keep him from it again. Pitched low. Beckman's been in a couple of jams today. Had bases loaded at one point with 2 outs in the inning back in the 4th. He got out of that. 1-1 the count now to Gomez. At first base is Valentin. At third is Mesa. The pitch to Gomez taken outside. Gomez, a left-hander against the righty Beckman. 2-1 the count. 2-1 the count. Valentin at first, getting off the bag, slowly getting a walking lead. At third is Mesa. Beckman sets on the hill and issues the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a ground ball left side towards Rondon. He'll field it, throw to second, but that's wide, and it goes into right field. Valentin's going to go up to third. Second error of the inning. E6. Looked like Rondon had issues getting it out of his glove as he charged in on it, trying to turn that inning-ending double play, and the score now 3-0. Lemurs trail the Blasters. So 3-0. That's the first run on the board since the first inning. And Ben Moore going to mound visit, talk to Ryan Beckman.
All right, if you love the Blasters, let me hear you.
Moore out there talking to Beckman. He's gotten a couple of ground balls that he needed this inning to try to get out of it. The one back to him and the one to Rondon. And if they make just one out on those plays, no runs score this inning. The inning would be over. So that run up there unearned, and any other run that should score this inning will also be unearned. Coming to the plate is Mark Kruger, another lefty. Activity in the Lemurs pen. Beckman from the stretch. And delivers. Pitch taken for a strike, 0-1. Bottom of the 7th, Lemurs down 3-0. Valentin at third, Gomez at first. Beckman with the pitch to Kruger. Down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Blasters with 8 hits in the ball game. And the 1-1 pitch taken for a strike. 1-2. Beckman trying to get a strikeout here or another ground ball and turn a double play. Well, the last 2 grounders haven't gone exactly as the Lemurs hoped. Kruger is 0 for 2 today with a walk. Fouls away the 1-2 pitch. Count stays a ball and 2 strikes. Trava's going to make a mound visit, talk to Beckman, just a quick couple of words, and heads back behind the plate. Blasters looking to get their 3rd win of this 4-game set with the Lemurs, which, well, it wouldn't be the end of the season for the Lemurs, thankfully, because Winnipeg lost. Had Winnipeg won, the Lemurs really would be in a bind. 1-2 the count. This game not over yet either. Pitch taken on the outside corner, called strike 3. Kruger goes down looking. Another strikeout for Beckman, and there's 2 away. And Casey Huth to the plate. Huth 0 for 3 with 1 strikeout. Struck out looking to end the first. As Huth digs in, righty versus righty. He's flown out, ground out, as well as struck out. Runners again getting their leads. Gomez at first, Valentin at third. Each reached on a fielder's choice. Beckman from the set and the pitch. Taken inside. 1-0. He was trying to get out of the 7th with just allowing the 1 run, keeping the game within 3. So they'll need to score 3 runs at least in the 8th and 9th innings combined. At the plate in order to force extras. 4 runs at least if they want to win. 1-0 pitch, squaring around a bunt and pulling it back is Huth. Count 2 balls, no strikes as it missed low. 2 balls, no strikes. Beckman with 2 strikeouts this inning, which brings his total to 7 on the night. Sun setting, a lot of shadows on the field. Beckman with the 2-0 pitch, taken at the knees for a called strike, 2-1. We've got some shade or some streaks of sun in the outfield, going from shallow left all the way across into right center, but deep left and deep center in the shade. Pretty much all of right field still has sunlight, though. A couple of beams there along home plate, streaking down the first base line. 2-1 pitch, ground ball right to Pulfer at second. He's going to come up with it, throw to first, inning over. 4-3 the put out of Huth, but the Blasters do score a run. We go to the top of the 8th, Lemurs trailing now 3-0 to the Blasters.
Reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties,
Shredded cheddar cheese.
A creamy sauce.
Creamy steak sauce.
my personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it. You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think. The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubbada, boom, which led to you. Miller Lights, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
Top of the 8th, Lemurs coming to the plate. It'll be Metzger, Rondon, and then the top of the order, Abel Nieves. Lemurs down 3-0. You don't want to leave it to the 9th to try and score 3 runs. Big inning for the Lemurs against reliever Victor Ramirez, right-hander for the Blasters, who came in last inning with the last 2 batters out, and now is on again for the Blasters here in the top of the 8th. As we look at those standings around the American Association in the wild card, Lemurs entered the day 2.5 games behind the Goldeyes. With Goldeyes losing, they're now 2 games behind them, but if the Lemurs lose, they'll be back to 2.5. As Brennan Metzger digs in, Metzger 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout today. Victor Martinez comes to a set, throwing from the stretch. And the first pitch on its way to Metzger. He takes for a strike, 0-1. Winnipeg with just 7 games left. Lemurs after tonight will have 8. The count 0-1. And the pitch taken low. 1-1 the count. And the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball down the third baseline foul. And the count 1-2. Magic number for the Goldeyes at the moment is 5. Sorry, 6. If the Lemurs lose today, it will be 5. Magic number is the number represents the amount of wins or combined wins and losses a team needs to get into the playoffs. losses to the team they're ahead of. 1-2 pitch, swinging a foul back to the screen, and the count 1-2. So the Gold Eyes, at the moment, need just 6 wins to get in the playoffs in their last 7 games, or a combination of wins and Lemurs losses to get to 6. So every Lemurs loss counts as 1 towards that number for Winnipeg, and every Winnipeg win counts as 1. Pitch behind Metzger, count 2-2, nearly hit him in the backside, and the count evens up. So still a big chance for the Lemurs to get in, as the magic number almost the same size as the number of games left for Winnipeg. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count, and the pitch. Swing and a fly ball in the air to right field. Drifting back is Kruger, but he'll make the catch as he lunges at the last second to his left. And there's out number 1.
Batting next for the Lemurs.
Now Alvaro Rondon to the plate. He's 2 for 2 today.
Alvaro Rondon.
Both hit singles on the infield. A bunt single, in fact, was his second one. His first one grounded it back up the middle off of the starting pitcher, Wander Perez's legs. So 2 for 2, 2 singles. We'll see what he does here. Over at third base, Leon playing him in. This is the first time Rondon's faced a righty today. Still batting from the left side, and Rondon swings and fouls one back against the catcher in the count 0-1. Fargo-Moorhead Redhawks, well, they're pretty much done. They're in the playoff race. 0-1 the count. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. He actually may have fouled it off. Went back to the wall, and the count 0-2. Couldn't quite tell. It tipped off the glove of the catcher, or it was tip off the bat. So it's a 2-team race for the wild card, as it's pretty much always been. Pitch swung on and lifted into shallow left. Racing out there is the shortstop, Polston, but Johnson comes in from left to make the catch on the run. Dead sprint, and there's 2 away. Abel Nieves to the plate. As the Lemurs trail 3-0 to the Blasters here in the top of the 8th.
Batting next for the Lemurs, number 13, the third baseman, Abel Nieves.
Nieves, the righty, against the righty in Ramirez. Ramirez came in, he faced J.D. Pulfer, Burt Reynolds, last inning. He's retired the first and only 4 batters he's faced tonight. Nieves trying to break that streak. And the pitch, taken down and away, ball 1. Dennis Phipps waiting on deck should Nieves reach. Ramirez from the stretch, and the 1-0, Nieves taking inside, 2-0. Nieves today 2 for 3 at the plate. He and Rondon have combined for all 4 of the Lemurs hits today. They each have 2. Ramirez kicks, and the 2-0, down and away, 3-0. Just a 3-run game, it's always close. Especially getting these pressure-packed 8th and 9th innings. Anything can happen. 3-0 pitch, Nieves taking right down the middle. And the count 3-1. Nieves taking all the way. Three balls, 1 strike, and the pitch from Ramirez. Nieves takes low in the zone, and it's a called strike. Count 3-2. Full count, 2 outs, no one on. Top of the 8th, Laredo down 3-0 to Joplin. Ramirez comes to a set, and a payoff pitch to Nieves. Swing and a miss. There's strike 3. That'll end the inning for the Lemurs. They'll have to do it all in the 9th. If they want to win this one, we go to the bottom of the 8th. Laredo trailing Joplin 3-0.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reduction store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus, find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas. 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo. Carne asada con ganas solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light, which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Chavarria's Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarria's is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarria's is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4.
Manny Martinez on to pitch for the Laredo Lemurs, relieving Ryan Beckman of his duties. Beckman goes 7 innings today. Beckman 7 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. And the pitch from Martinez swung on and foul tipped back into the glove, 0-1. Connor Sullivan at the plate. Sullivan 0 for 3. Pitch swung on and hit down the line into left. On the move is Reynolds. It takes him into foul territory and makes the catch just short of the wall. Or just short of the wall down the left field line. Nice play by Reynolds tracking it down, and there's 1 away. Here in the bottom of the 8th.
Lemurs, number 16, Manny Martinez.
Martinez, the righty, this season for the Lemurs has pitched in 4 games. He's 1-2 with a 4.05 earned run average, 6 2/3 innings pitched. He has 6 strikeouts and 1 walk this season. Alex Polston to the plate. First pitch to Polston outside. 1-0 to Polston. Martinez this season, in his last 2 outings, has thrown shutout appearances. Pitch called a strike, and the count 1-1. Martinez threw 2 shutout innings in the first game of this series. It was the first game of the doubleheader the other day. Pitch inside for a ball, the count 2-1. He actually got the win in the game, gave up 2 hits, had a strikeout in those 2 innings of work. He also pitched 2 1/3 against Texas on August 16th. There's a swing and a miss, and the count 2-2. He threw 2 1/3 in that game, didn't give up any hits or walks. Shutout baseballs, he struck out 3. 7 up, 7 down for him that night. 2-2 pitch, taken up high. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count to Polston. Polston today is 2 for 3 in the ballgame. Bottom of the 8th, Lemurs trying to keep it a 3-0 game as they trail the Blasters. And the pitch from Martinez swung on, hit into the air, into shallow right center. Phipps And Metzger giving chase, and Phipps will make the catch out in right center, out number 2. A couple of flyouts to the corner outfielders, and there's 2 away with Axel Johnson to the plate. Johnson 1 for 2 in the game, a single, a walk, and a ground out into a double play.
Alex Johnson.
Axel Johnson. Digs in, lefty versus righty. Martinez. The righty winds, and the first pitch swung on and fouled away up over the screen, 0-1. The ball's 1 strike. And the pitch. Swing and a fly ball left field, and it'll drift foul and out of play.
Got that ball.
Count 0-2. Johnson has yet to strike out tonight. Martinez trying to get his first strikeout of the game as he just came in this inning. Wind and the 0-2 pitch to Johnson. Swing and a foul tip off the glove of Chavez. He couldn't squeeze it. And the count still 2-2. Martinez winds in the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a high fly ball into right field. Phipps back and still about 10 feet in front of the warning track. Makes the catch, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Manny Martinez. We go to the top of the 9th. Last chance for the Lemurs. They trail 3-0 to Joplin.
Garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeye's new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care 1 athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft, buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value.
Last chance for the Lemurs, top of the 9th. Laredo trailing 3-0 to the Blasters. Robbie Romero on the mound for the Blasters. Romero, who is now the closer. First pitch is to Dennis Phipps, and it's a called strike. Phipps, Morrison, Poso here in the ninth. Phipps 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, both swinging. Romero with the 0-1 pitch. Phipps swings and misses 0-2. Romero 2-2 with a 4.80 ERA, 23 appearances, 2 saves on the year. The right-hander. And the pitch in the dirt. One ball, 2 strikes. The count right now to Dennis Phipps. And the pitch taken for a called strike 3. Phipps strikes out for the 3rd time tonight. One away. That'll bring up Ty Morrison to the plate.
Now back at number 35,
Phipps.
Ty Morrison.
Now 1 for 16 in the series. Pitch taken for a strike by Morrison. He's 0 for 3 today with 2 strikeouts. Morrison, the lefty, facing a righty for the first time today. He was facing the lefty, Wander Perez, his first 3 times up. Romero from the stretch looking for his 3rd save of the series. 0-1 pitch outside. And the count 1-1. Romero 6 foot, 200 pounds. Actually, it won't be his 3rd save of the series. It'll be his 2nd save of the series. He had a win in the 2nd game of that doubleheader for the Blasters, as the Blasters walked off on the Lemurs there in that 2nd game of the doubleheader. 2-1 the count as the pitch missed outside to Morrison. So Romero, who has thrown an inning and 2/3 of scoreless, or 2 2/3 innings of scoreless baseball in this series coming into this game, delivers a 2-1 pitch to Morrison. He takes for a strike outer corner, and the count 2-2, it evens up. Back that strikeout of Phipps, his first strikeout of the series. He's given up just 1 hit to the Lemurs. Hasn't walked anyone. Got a save last night and the win the day before. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count to Morrison. Top of the 9th, 1 out, no one on, and the break-even pitch. Morrison swings and fouls it towards the on-deck batter, Jesus Poso, moves out of the way. The count 2-2. Lemurs have to score at least 3 runs to keep the ball game going and force a bottom of the 9th, and then have to shut out the Blasters in the bottom of the 9th to force extra innings. 4 runs to take a lead and potentially win the game in 9 innings. 2-2, the count. And Romero with the pitch. Swinging a little fly ball to left field, but it's deep enough to get to Johnson as he moves a step in and to his left, and there's 2 outs in the inning. Jesus Poso to the plate. Poso 0 for 3. Lemurs down to their final out.
Next batter, number 32, the first baseman, Jesus Poso.
Lemurs with just 4 hits in this game. They had 4 hits yesterday as well. They've also committed 3 errors. Joplin with 8 hits and no errors as they've played error-free baseball here today. First pitch to Poso. He swings and misses, chasing it in the dirt, and the count 0-1. Poso, 2 ground outs and a fly out today are his 3 at-bat results. Perez kicks, and the 0-1 taken for a strike inside corner, 0-2. So the Lemurs down to their final strike here with 2 outs and an 0-2 count to Poso. The pitch, swing and a ground ball down the third base line. and they call it foul. That ball was close. Down behind the bag, Leon tried to field it. He couldn't. I thought it might have been fair. Ooh. That was a close call. Count still 0-2 to Poso. He at least stays alive, but had it been fair, he would have reached base. No balls, 2 strikes. Romero with the pitch. Poso ticks outside in the dirt. Goes back to the screen, and the count now 1-2. Lemurs in desperate need of base runners, as they have 2 outs and no one on. Romero sets. And the 1-2 pitch to Poso. Swing and a miss. Pitch in the dirt. Tag applied. Game over. Lemurs fall 3-0 here to the Blasters. And they drop this 4-game set 3-1 to Joplin. We'll be back to wrap this game up here in a few minutes, as the Lemurs will head on back home to Laredo and take on the Texas Air Hogs tomorrow.
Knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties,
Shredded cheddar cheese.
The creamy sauce.
Creamy steak sauce.
My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it. You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think. The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubbada, boom, which led to you. Miller Lite, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Well, the Lemurs fall in their road finale this season by a score of 3-0 to the Joplin Blasters. Take a look at this ball game. Ryan Beckman got the start for the Lemurs, the right-handed pitcher, and he threw a pretty good ball game today. 7 innings, gave up 3 runs, only 2 were earned though, as the Lemurs committed 3 errors in the game overall. Beckman actually made 2 of them though. We'll take a look at this game in order as it happened. Lemurs, well, they didn't really do anything at the plate tonight. They got 1 hit. They got a leadoff single actually to start the game off, but by Abel Nieves. Dennis Phipps, though, grounded into a fielder's choice. He then steals second, but the Lemurs couldn't bring him in there in the first inning. The Blasters, well, they got off to a hot start again in the first inning, scoring 2 runs like they did yesterday, although scoring 2 runs, they scored 2 runs yesterday, but not in the same manner. Today, it was a leadoff single followed by a double of Geraldo Valentin with runners on second and third. Edwin Gomez hit a double down the third base line, and 2 runs scored. Mark Kruger grounded into a double play for 2 outs there in the first, and then Casey Huth struck out looking, and the Blasters had 2 runs in that first inning. They didn't get anything else the rest of the way. In fact, the Lemurs didn't really get a whole lot of anything. They went 3 up, 3 down in the second. They got a 1-out single by Alvaro Rondon in the third. He ended up being stranded at second base after reaching there on a ground out by Abel Nieves, with then 2 outs in the inning. The Blasters would have a couple of chances to score. They would get 2 men on, runners in the corners with 2 outs in the third inning, but Beckman would work out of the jam there. In the fourth inning, the Blasters would load the bases with 2 outs as Beckman walked 3 batters in a span of 2 innings, and but they didn't score then either as Beckman worked out of that jam. Lemurs in the 4th and the 5th went 3 up and 3 down. 6th inning was their best chance. Lemurs got back-to-back singles from Rondon and Nieves, but Phipps struck out, Morrison grounded out, and Poso flew out as they stranded runners there on 2nd and 3rd after they both advanced on the Morrison ground out. There in the 6th. The Lemurs came up empty-handed there as they got the tying runs on base in the 6th, trailing 2-0. 7th inning for the Blasters, they would get a leadoff single by Oscar Mesa. A one-out single by Oscar Mesa. Geraldo Valentin would ground it back to Beckman, who would throw it into center field as he tried to start a double play ball. Mesa would reach third base on the error. Valentin would stay at first. Gomez would come to the plate. He would ground the ball to short, where Alvaro Rondon would field it, throw to second base. That ball would go into right field, and Mesa would score. No outs recorded again. Mark Kruger would come up to the plate. He'd strike out with runners on the corners. Casey Hudd would ground out. The inning was over. So only the 1 run scored after the 2 errors there in the 7th. And the Lemurs were fortunate to just give up 1. Trailing 3-0 after 7. They came up to bat in the 8th. Well, they went 3 up, 3 down in the 8th inning as well. Another back-to-back innings of 3 up, 3 down. In the 9th inning, they again went 3 up and 3 down at the plate. So tonight for the Lemurs, they had 6 innings in which they went 3 up and 3 down in there this evening. So not really a great night at the plate for the Lemurs. They finished with 4 hits, 2 by Nieves and 2 by Rondon. Rondon 2 for 3, Nieves 2 for 4 on the day. And every batter in the order struck out except for Alvaro Rondon. So we look at the final lines for the pitchers. Beckman gave you his 7 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. Manny Martinez threw an inning of shutout baseball, 3 up, 3 down inning of work for him in the 8th inning. For Joplin today, well, Wander Perez got the start and the win. He put 6 1/3, gave up just 4 hits, no runs, no walks, and had 8 strikeouts. Victor Ramirez, he threw an inning and 2/3 of shutout hitless baseball. He struck out a batter, and Robbie Romero gets another save as he throws an inning of shutout ball with 2 strikeouts tonight. Let's take a look around the scoreboard around the American Association. Wichita won 16-0 today over the Texas Airhogs. Fargo-Moorhead 12-5 winners over Sioux Falls. In Gary, the Gary South Shore Railcats fell 5-1 to the Kansas City T-Bones. Winnipeg lost at home 3-2 to the Sioux City Explorers in 11 innings. And the Lincoln Salt Dogs winners at home 3-2 to the St. Paul Saints. So let's take a look at those standings now that we have all the finals in. The division standings and the wild card standings around the league. In the Central, the Lincoln Salt Dogs with their win and the Gary loss, Lincoln now leads the Central by a half game over Gary. Sioux City with their win, they are now 1 game out of first place in the Central. So still those 3 teams within 1 game there in the Central. They will come down likely to that last game or 2 of the season. St. Paul Saints with their loss today still stay 3 games ahead of Winnipeg because the Gold Eyes lost. St. Paul's now lost 2 in a row, and they're 2-8 in their last 10. Wichita with their win and the Lemurs loss are now 5 games ahead of the Lemurs as Laredo's lost 3 in a row, all 3 here to the Blasters after winning 4 in a row. Lemurs are 6-4 in their last 10, while the Blasters are 5-5 in their last 10 games. We look at the wild card standings right now. Well, the Winnipeg Gold Eyes have a 2.5 game lead over the Lemurs, both teams losing today. Winnipeg 4-6 in their last 10. They've struggled a bit as of late. The Lemurs 6-4 in their last 10 games. Winnipeg 54-39. Laredo 51-41. Lemurs have played 92 games. Winnipeg has played 93 games. So the Gold Eyes with just 7 games left. The Lemurs with 8 games left on the year. So the Winnipeg Gold Eyes magic number is now 5. As they need either a combination of 5 wins or 5 losses by the Lemurs. They can get 2 wins and 3 Lemurs losses, 4 wins and 1 Lemurs loss, whatever it is. They only need to get to 5 here now with the Lemurs having 8 games left and they having 7 games left and a 2.5 game lead over Laredo. So as we finish up those look at the standings, take a look at what we've got coming up. We are home for 8 days as the Lemurs play 4 games against the Texas Airhogs starting tomorrow. Will then be followed up with 4 games against the Wichita Wingnuts. And while the Airhogs do trail the Wingnuts in the division, it's just a 5-game lead for the Wingnuts. So the while the Lemurs trail the Wingnuts, it's only by 5 games. And with 4 games against the Airhogs, well, the Lemurs could maybe gain a couple of games. If they can get within 3 games of the Wingnuts going into that last series, Wingnuts play Joplin next, then the Lemurs could have a chance at the division if they sweep Wichita. So, still not out of the division, still not out of the wild card, but the Lemurs, well, every game now after 3 straight losses to Joplin is must win. You lose one and you're pretty much out of it. Not officially, but the chances get really, really slim. So Lemurs lose today 3-0 to the Blasters, and as their playoff chances are declining seemingly day by day here in the American Association 2016 season. They won the championship last year, trying to get there again to defend their title. But tomorrow, 7:05 first pitch, Lemurs Airhogs back in Laredo, the friendly confines of Uni-Trade Stadium. I'm James Nasser. Until then, everyone have a great day, and I'll see you then.